Now it's crunch time.
And again,
you see, I've started sawing my way to reach.
Yeah. What do they say? A bird that stays on top of a tree for so long is only inviting a stone or stones.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day. It's full-time food. The Red Devils and the Jesus followers.
I'm telling you.
Is it a front two today? What is it? Is it a front two today?
Boy. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what to call this formation.
Okay, supporting Ivan Tone on the right of the front two.
I think the only person who has a description for this formation is Ralph Rangnick. I saw he was confusing Google when he first came at United with that formation.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's match day, full-time footy. It's Max on the mic. My blood is red. I color football. Just won the Carabao Cup. A lot of trophies are coming, but we'll see. On my left, Debs are the Panster. What's up,
man? We good. Still, Carabao Cup winners. We here chasing another cup. It's the Red Devils. I'm telling you. We're on a roll, boy, at this point.
Let me ask one question before we go far. If United wins one cup and
it's over,
and the elephant on top of the tree does not get it, who has had the better season?
So,
okay, but it's fine. You can answer it after the discussion. Let's talk about the elephant.
So it's a difficult conversation. It's the elephant in the room.
Let's address it. The elephant in the room, on the top of the branch. How did it get there? It's inevitable. It's going to come down. Surely, it cannot stay there.
Surely, it cannot stay there. you know. They always say, if you're gonna win something. I mean, I always hear the pundits saying, if you're gonna win something like this, you're obviously gonna need an element of luck. I think in this case, the luck is the branch. And the elephant is sitting on top of the branch. And at some point, that luck must fail. Because if you rely on luck, right? Or if you're doing so well and then, you'll get lucky at certain moments. I mean, how many games have we heard this season them saying, we got lucky?
No, but they have had their fair chance of luck. That's Arsenal. And I think if they have to go on and win the league, I think now you must perform. It's not about luck. You can only get lucky so many times. I mean, Liverpool got lucky by that Van Dijk against Everton or Ricky header, but you cannot count a lot of moments like that. You can say it's luck, but it was just performance, individual brilliance, winning the game when it matters at the end. With Arsenal, let's wait and see.
They have none of that.
I'm not saying that.
I'm confident to say they don't have a lot of elements that can push them over the line.
Arsenal
on difficult days. Like, I've never had to see them. I've seen them twice maybe this season grind out a result. Come back maybe from a 2-0 or 3-0 down situation. I think it was a 2-0.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I've seen them grind, I think, twice or three times. But I mean, all of that could be forgotten. So it goes back to your question, right? I think maybe let's address it this way. Let's talk about what makes a season, right? What makes
a good
season? Is it, especially if you start as United fans, one of the oldest clubs, some of the things I don't remember. But I know we have 5 Premier Leagues or whatever Premier Leagues we have.
Yeah.
I I can bank on that. That one is recorded in history.
Yeah.
It's done.
So whether we had what kind of season that season, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't experience it.
But what you have
But
is
what I know is the cabinet is there.
it's full.
It's full, you know. So how do we define the success of a season?
You don't get
We've
rewarded on number 2.
Yeah.
We've seen Liverpool last season. Did they have let's start with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Did they have a good season last season?
I
Does
think
it count? Or we've already forgotten?
I think they had a good season at that time. But now, a season after, you can see the team has collapsed and they actually won 1 trophies out of 4. And as unlucky as it is, because they actually lost all of the finals, there was a 1-goal matching. I think not a lot of points in the league as well. 1-goal matching in the FA Cup, or that cup that they didn't win. Also 1-goal matching in the Champions League final. So they were just matching away from having a good season. But now it doesn't count.
Last season, I think they won the FA Cup and Carabao.
Oh, they won 2.
Is it last season? Which season? Because I remember that season they beat Chelsea in 2.
It can't be the FA and the Carabao because
They only won 1.
I think it was the other one because Lukaku was still at Chelsea. It was the other season.
Yeah, they only
it
won
can't be
1.
that season because they had to face Man City in the Community Shield.
And they're going for all of the cups.
Yeah.
So at that point, it looked like they had a good season, wonderful season. But as you can see, having a good season doesn't really mean you'll build on it. I mean, going for all trophies last season, the quadruple, and now you're only number 10 fighting for a European spot. Nothing at all to show. If they've built on it, maybe yes, but I can't really say the same thing about even United or Arsenal or any other team. The only thing that counts is now and the trophies. And if it's not trophies, it's what you do with that disappointment. You build on it. Liverpool have not. Will Arsenal do, or will they win the league?
I think we've already established it's do or die for them this season.
I think it's die.
No, man. Let's hear. So I was speaking to Shuffle about it. Funny enough, and I have the voice to it. So let's hear his
Shout out to
perspective.
Mshiv. Shout out to Mshiv. Let me just.
So he obviously starts with up the arm.
Obviously, man, we're disappointed to draw these games, especially after being 2-0 up in both of them and look so convincing. But at the end of the day, the reality is you have to win your games, right? And I believe in these boys. I believe in Arteta. He's gonna deliver, boy. You can't win the league without going through all these moments. Like you need to go through these moments and enjoy the victory at the end. So I'm done being emotional about this whole thing because I can see it's gonna take a lot, especially from the players and the manager, dog. So I'm just there supporting my team as best as I can. Whatever happens from there, it's in God's hands, boy.
So like it's in God's hands.
You heard the man.
It's now moved from it's in Jesus' hands.
Yeah, it's bringing his father now.
Now he's asking the father to help.
The return of top capability is still
Hey man, but what did you make of that game with the Hammers?
I didn't watch that game. Unfortunately, I didn't watch that game.
Yeah.
Obviously, ESCOM, load shedding, and all that thing.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to watch it on my phone, and then 10, 15 minutes, I turn on the game. Damn, sorry, 2-0, and I think, the game is done. I mean, it's us now, man.
No,
the game
but
is done.
come back from that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they're playing against the West Ham, which needed the game.
But they were 2-0 up. So I'm thinking most of the time when it's 2-0 up, other than the game against Liverpool, I didn't see them coming back against Arsenal. And it was West Ham. I mean, you expect them to bounce back after that draw against Liverpool, which wasn't actually a bad result. So I see them, it's 2-0, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then I turn it off. Then I turn on the game after it was 2-2. I was surprised, but I was not shocked.
So another thing I think that I picked up with Arsenal fans, I think they're not used to the spotlight of chasing
The pressure.
the pressure. You know,
the pressure.
I think they haven't
Well,
been.
they are not.
They haven't been.
How would they?
No, I think that's what happens when you're not at the top for quite some time. You forget that everyone is watching you with a fine comb, and that's why I'm sure eventually. So just to tie this up, he's like, he's just the supporting his club. You know,
He's not used to having other people supporting the same club.
so he's not used to having people talk shit about his club, have his club. He's always the one dishing out the nonsense, you know.
It's like people disturbing my peace.
Exactly. Now he's saying,
But it's at the top.
But
It's at the top.
That's what happens when you're at the top. In case you forgot,
You can't
know,
be on top and do nothing.
I guess they were complaining because it's lonely at the top. Yeah.
Yeah. So and you're right. You were saying it's lonely at the top. Now because we are here to disturb his peace. He's saying, I don't understand why people are.
It does not understand why they are bothering a piece of Arsenal FC.
Man.
But yeah.
So I was like, I told him I'm waiting for those bullet tears, eh? It's gonna rain bullets there. I'm telling you. It's so colder than Arsenal.
Now I think the earlier Manchester City takes the lead,
The better,
the
right?
better,
The
because
better.
the longer, even
The
right
hope,
now,
it's the hope, ne?
even right now, it has went long enough. Personally, I thought Arsenal wouldn't be top at this moment. I was wrong. I admit I was wrong, but I still don't see them going all
It's
the
the
way.
hope that kills you.
Eesh.
But if you're an Arsenal fan, I would be proud, man. It was a good season, and it still can be a good season.
No,
and
but like-
personally, I feel like the league, it looks like it's far away, but it's actually one game away from Arsenal. Win that game against Manchester City, it's done. You can throw in
But
Newcastle.
also, if you look at Arsenal's fixtures,
That's-
it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, the Brighton one is.
And I think that's one thing that's
Newcastle.
also been proven from them. Squad depth not there.
Yeah, I've been saying.
There isn't. The reason they're not in the other competitions, which they could have if they wanted to,
Because
they could
they
have
had to.
been in an FA Cup. They could have been in a Champions League now.
Europa.
Europa, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. and I think they could have been there, you know, and I think they just sacrificed
They had
it
to
for
sacrifice.
the
They had
league,
to
you know.
sacrifice, yeah.
But you look at a City, they have squad depth for days.
They're everywhere.
But let me say this now. As much as I want Manchester City to win the league, as a
You
United
want
fan,
them,
yeah, I want Manchester City to win.
not
the league.
Arsenal, as long as it's not Arsenal.
As long as not Arsenal. But then there's a dilemma here. If they win it, they'll win 3 league trophies in a row, which is what the record is being held by Manchester United currently. I don't really much care about that because they're far away from 20. But the other one is that the Champions League is a reality, and they're still in the FA Cup. And then another record that is also held by United
Treble.
only is the treble. So now, do I want Arsenal or Manchester City to win the treble and to win 3 Premier Leagues in a row? Fucking they must win the league.
And,
the other
you
ones
know
I
what
don't
that
care.
says for Haaland, right? You know what that says for
What?
Haaland.
Please don't shout Ballon d'Or.
No, I know. I'm not saying I'm not gonna shout Ballon
No,
d'Or,
don't. It's
right?
good.
Right. But I'm saying, because I don't care about Ballon d'Or. There's another Pudi there before he goes on retirement.
One more.
So, but I'm saying it sets him up as that guy.
I mean-
Whether you like it or not, it sets him up as that guy.
But the Champions League is the big one. And I feel like, yeah, but we'll talk about the Champions League. The Champions
Yeah,
League is the
it'll
big
count.
And the FA Cup, I wouldn't give it to Manchester City because Manchester United are still there. That would be me accepting defeat. I know
I
we're
think
still in
we
the
can shout
semi-final.
them.
But you need to get through Brighton first.
Yeah, we must check
Come on.
Brighton first.
With Maguire the
And after that lesson, what was the day after that footballing lesson?
At Stamford Bridge. Yeah. Deserving.
But to digress a bit,
Yo.
to digress. Did you feel you deserved that from Desabi?
They completely outplayed Chelsea at home, Brighton.
I know you guys don't care about football. That's the first thing. I know. You guys care about winning trophies as long as they win the trophy.
But the football that was played there.
But that football, man. Like, listen.
I think even performance was that wasn't even the worst. Under Lampard, I think the worst performance for me against the Wolves. The Brighton is just that I can say it as a very bad performance, but then again, I think Brighton is that good.
Yeah, so it was a good team against the worst team.
Yeah, against the worst.
So
and the score, if you look at the score, you won't see that. But if you watch the match, you could say it's assess. Huh?
Yo,
No,
even when
man.
Chelsea scored the first goal, I was never in doubt that even Brighton, they were never in doubt. They never looked panicking.
Because even the goal you saw, it's not really cool.
but no matter, like I'm saying, this is the Premier League, man. You can't be having games like that.
I think Chelsea. I've watched it for a long time now. It's a team of individuals, man. There's nothing. Well, if Chelsea, maybe they are defending and you're coming at them, maybe on the counter. Even then, they can't score because they can't finish. If they have the ball, Chelsea, if they have the ball, they have no idea.
They don't know.
We
just stops there. We'll watch them against Madrid.
About thinking this thing is baseball. You don't put a batter there to do what they need to do. Because that's how baseball and all those American sports work.
But I think
you get two really good players.
Maybe if it wasn't Paul, because I don't know him. I think right now he saw his mistake. He was okay. I rushed into this thing. I trusted Uport. I put all my cards, all my eggs into that basket. Uport. It didn't work. It failed. This man. Now I think he's thinking properly about the next appointment. That's why I think he brought in Lampard to see out the season.
I beg to disagree.
Next season he has to have that decision. Yeah, coach. Yes,
go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm saying I beg to disagree.
Yeah.
For me, or to me, it still sounds like someone who's just, because he made a huge mistake, now he's making a lot of mistakes based on the first mistake. Because the first mistakes that I think he made, I'm not an owner, but he was not supposed to fire Tuchel. He made a mistake. Yeah. And then after firing Tuchel, then he made a bigger mistake. Then he hired Potter.
Yeah.
After that, he was supposed to fire Potter soon or earlier, or you don't fire him at all. Then he made another mistake. Then he fired him too late. Then he made another mistake. He hired Frank Lampard for a good fit, for a feel good factor, just because he's a former legend. Lampard is almost relegated. Everton.
So we got through this as Man United, where same concept.
You right off the season, you hire Rangnick.
Like that's the thing. I'm saying, like, he must take notes. He's not paying attention to football. That man. I think for me, what he does is, if you wanted that, let Potter stay in. Because
what's Lampard going to do?
It's a waste of a season. Allow him to kind of configure what the players can do.
I think. I'm feeling a lot of things about this. If you let Potter, because I was starting to worry with him. Maybe Potter, the mentality is putting to this, because I know these players are winners. The ones that I know, they are winners. Mara under Potter could say, man, the mentality is changing. That's the reason I didn't want Potter to stay any longer.
Yeah.
But then again, if you appoint immediately manager, you're running at a risk of making the same mistake again of another Potter. Of which
I think Potter wasn't given
there by hiring Potter in the first place. So I
think Potter wasn't given enough of a chance. Let me say why, right? No, let me tell you why, right? You get into a locker room, right? This guy bought how many players, man? Like 6.
Okay, maybe. Let me pause one question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disturb your train of thought, but we'll continue. On that point that he bought a lot of players, do you think...
Tuchel, not him.
Oh, Tuchel, okay,
remember,
that's fine.
He comes in, Tuchel has already brought in this pass of defenders.
And it was not Abramovich, it was not Paul who bought those players. It was still Abramovich. He bought him Aubameyang, buying for Tuchel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he brings all this set, right?
Yeah.
And then, remember, Boehly, those transfers, I think, Pot had no say in the transfers after.
Never.
He
It doesn't
never-
make sense.
he
Never.
had.
Never.
He
Mudrik,
never had.
I
So
know.
you get almost, let's say, 8 more players.
Now they have a
Right? That's a whole new squad, right, of 12 or 14 that you find, right? On top of that, you have the old boys. Now,
English boys.
You are also new. You have to somewhat facilitate. Mati, now you are the new guy as well. You are part of these new guys who are coming.
Even Boehly as well is a new guy.
Even Boehly himself.
They're still showing him around London.
Everything is new. Even the
Like-
sporting director, everything is
I'm
new.
telling you, like you don't do that.
Yeah, I
you
know.
can't buy a club, a new management, and you change the coach as well.
Actually, that was the first mistake when you put it. Find everyone, Bob Peter check. Everyone behind the scenes was really working. Bob Marina, blah blah. Okay, Marina can understand because she's like Roman's second in command or something.
Yeah.
But he fired everyone, the structure, everything, and then he put
A lot of
new
people on the board were
it's
fired.
it's gonna be difficult.
That thing you don't get there and say, I want to show authority. I'm here. I've arrived.
And that's the thing. You should have seen him after the before the match. Actually, I can even start as far back. But for this sake, he wasn't mentioning anything about something about smashing Everton and going and winning the Champions League. That was Potter then. Todd Boehly goes and utters some comments that you wouldn't think even the players, even the manager will say them. He says they're going to beat me 3-0.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's like I don't.
it's like it's us just
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
But he doesn't understand that he's the owner. He is the owner of Chelsea.
You're not.
You can't just banter with your club hoping they will win. We can say it.
With,
spoke like a drunk on Twitter.
and you'll understand that even when the guys, the owners of Madrid or the chairman, address Barca, they don't just say
All of
out
a sudden,
10,
and they also don't
like-
just utter statements that are just. It's always well calculated. The first thing is that the owners themselves, they never talk about the results on the field. That's the first thing. Even if they do, it's well calculated. It's also the manager and the team, they're on the same page, or it doesn't affect the team. Now Chelsea are going to Bernabeu, obviously underdogs. Then the owner comes out and says they're going to win 3-0. 2 games after they lose to Aston Villa, then he goes into the. I saw a clip when Abramovich after the game, he went from the stand straight to the dressing room. He was there for about 30 minutes after the game. What was he saying? What does he know? He has nothing to do in the dressing room of the players himself.
But that thing shows
Because the
you
players
what-
don't go to the boardroom.
That thing shows you what money can do,
I think
man.
that's
These
a-
guys, I think, they're
that's
just playing with. Like, you have the money to buy the club, and when you get there, it's your club. I mean, Mum Keys. I don't think they're any different from Mum Keys.
That's what I was saying,
I don't think they are. man.
Yeah, it's a MQs.
I don't think they are different. Like, it's like, okay, I have the money to buy a club.
But the decisions.
And what I'm gonna do when I get to Stamford Bridge, I'm gonna stamp my thing on it.
First bet then, because it was working. Yeah, at least if he arrived and saw Abramovich structure, everything, maybe he left it for a season to see if it works.
Where can I improve? Just came and changed.
I just think disassemble like we just had won the Champions League. Why are you disassembling everything
What?
now?
And
Let's start afresh.
The worst decision that is made, according to me, is to hire Frank Lampard or any other interim
And the
manager.
worst one was firing Tucker.
Yeah,
But that's the result of all those of that the first bad decision. I mean,
Then
Enrico was available.
I think for this season, I don't think he could have done anything.
I mean, for
I'm
example,
numb at this point.
for example, you have bought players and you have signed them for much longer contracts. So it's not like there's some sort of skeptical what's going to happen next season. You've bought Enzo Fernandez, you've bought Mudrik, Sterling, which you recently bought. You've bought these young players, Batashile, you've bought a lot of players. So in terms of signings, nothing much can change. You've also bought Nkunku is coming and a lot of players that are still coming. The only addition that maybe can change in the summer will be, let's say, strike or one other. But
And a goalkeeper, please.
yeah, but the core of the team wouldn't change. So just hire Enrique or any other manager so that he can start building for next season. I mean,
And apparently,
What is he waiting for?
And what you allow him to
apparently,
do.
Enrique wanted to come.
He wanted to come.
wanted to face him.
And he wanted to sign Gavi for you, at least.
and I think what Chelsea need to do is bring in that manager early, figure out which players are going on loan.
They should have done it
that
now.
thing,
Not even there are a lot of players who must go on.
or must go on loan or must go in total.
Just leave.
But I think
All the English ones.
but remember, because of that price tag, I know we told you your financial model is child. So you must take them on loan. That's the only thing you can do. You can't sell those players because no one is gonna buy them at the price.
No, not the ones that are currently put. There are a lot of players you can sell who are just
Number one, Loftus Cheek.
Number two, Mason Mount.
Number three, Galak.
You guys have made the English won't like that, man. The English won't like what you're saying.
But that's the thing. When you watch show,
That's the thing. That's why almost everyone in England supported the Potter appointment because they're looking at it, giving a chance to the local managers. They are shit. I can't remember. I don't think there's been since I've watched the Premier League, there hasn't been an English manager who has won.
fun
the
fact,
Premier
I was going to go there. There is no English manager that has won the English Premiership.
There isn't. The closest thing is a Scottish manager, which is Ferguson.
Yeah, and it's not English. There's no
He's
English.
part of the United Kingdom.
No, but-
Relax. He's from the UK.
But it's not English.
So I was gonna get to this and say you guys wasted a whole João Felix loan.
No, but João Felix is washed. I can say that.
Eh?
His dribbles are useless to me. I am sorry.
He's like Anton.
No.
I'm joking.
Not like Anton.
Hands off Anton.
Hands of Anton, hands of the Brazilian. We are taking Portuguese now, as usual. So what I'm saying is that I also wanted Anton at United because when that loan was out with that offer, we also wanted him. But Clays as a United, we never got him. But I'm glad. I think we dodged the bullet because now, if you're saying he's good, then it means Chelsea must get him on a permanent. Before he left Atletico, he extended it by 3 years. So it means. And Atletico bought him by what? 127, 120 million.
Okay.
So it means you must pop out at least, I would say more than 80, at least more than 80 to buy him out.
Yeah.
And if you say he's good, then it's not worth
80
that
million.
It's not
I don't
worth
think
it.
it is worth 8. I think Atletico must be realistic as well.
And Atletico has performed after he left.
Yeah,
Griezmann is shining.
Griezmann is shining. I think.
So just to close off the Arsenal in the Premier League,
Yeah.
I think I foresee these guys dropping 9 points. At most, at best, maybe 5.
City
5
or
points.
Arsenal. Against?
So they play City, right? At home.
Yes.
They play Chelsea. Okay, but Chelsea won't do the job.
Maybe it can be.
It's a walk-off.
So they play the black and white wall at home at St. James Park.
Oh yeah.
Saint Max.
I think the best they can do is come out with a point from there.
But one thing I can say is that it's like the Champions League. People, when I say people, I'm including myself. Now it looks like it's either Madrid or City winning the Champions League, or in the league it looks like Manchester City are nailed on. Football, the reason their games played is because football is never nailed on.
Remember the leagues are different from knockout competition.
Yes, they are, but we've seen shocks.
Leagues, no, but I think leagues is a numbers game. You know which two teams are definitely going to win. But
Yes, but the least surprising ones are the ones that shock you.
I don't see Arsenal beating Brighton, honestly.
But in one of those City games, you find that Man City may come up with a point that we never saw. That's what I'm saying.
I think maybe you just saw Buta.
Actually, the weakest one.
But I foresee them. I foresee them dropping at least 5 points.
So now it's about who's going to drop more points between Arsenal and City.
I don't see that City team. But I mean, let's see, chances.
Now say it.
So
it's not lost.
We're doing a watch along for which game?
That the City Arsenal definitely come on.
So 26 April.
26 April. What date is it?
It's on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
During the week, they always make it during the week.
No,
I don't
it's
know
fine.
why.
Yeah, it's fine. Also do it
Midweek.
online. So Shuffle will be there.
Okay.
Will be there, so
And
it's fine.
then we'll do. I don't want to watch Wolves Arsenal on the 28th. I'd rather watch Brighton Arsenal.
Brighton Arsenal.
A good game.
Yeah, but the league. It's the run in now. There are no easy games. Ask the guys.
How many games are left? Has Kaya taken leave yet?
Yeah, I think there's like 6 games. From what I'm counting, 7 for Arsenal.
It's 31. It's matched in 31 out of 37.
Oh yeah, so it's one game.
It's out of 38.
One game and then it takes leaves because
Yeah.
it said it's gonna take the last 5 remaining games.
I don't think
He doesn't want anyone
he's that. I don't think he's that sure.
I hope my boy chef is ready with the budget to go to Emirates.
So another thing I wanted us to talk about there, and I'm just gonna pull it up. It's this EA guys. This EA Sports. I have
To
a lot
the king.
say. So let me read you the nominees, man.
Oh, the
team of the season.
Nominated Premier League team of the season.
Yeah, these guys are like.
They're crazy.
It's not make sure, boy.
It's not make sure.
I'd rather they start also with attackers, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's why. That's the first mistake.
First 9. But obviously, I normally start with the keeper, man.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But
So-
okay, when you must do justice, can you see the keepers there? Just start
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the keeper.
And logically-
Obviously, I'm not gonna start with that.
Imagine doing an 11 you start with the strike. Come on.
That's where they get it wrong. They're like, whenever you score goals.
Number 1 in there.
Again, I'm sure that's how it is at Chelsea. It's like, man, they don't even score goals, so they just say, oh, whoever is able to get to the tunnel first, you're playing. Yeah. So I think the goalkeepers, Alisson, Kepa, Leno.
Kepa, let's stop it there. Kepa.
Wait, who?
Kepa.
That is not the last.
Kepa.
That's Cap.
He's the most expensive goalkeeper, man. He's one of the most expensive. And then Leno, and then Pope, and Ramsdale.
Wait, how many?
5. There's 5 goalkeepers.
Who is there?
Pope, Ramsdale. And here I have no issues. I don't know if any of you have issues.
Yeah.
And then Leno, Kepa, Alisson.
I don't agree.
No, I think these guys did. I think they just went to stats and they saw the clean sheet.
Yeah, because we
I
watched
think
this
that's what they
game.
did. I think Kepa has quite a lot of. Maybe that's why they say, Kepa, why is he there? At least don't put anyone there. Put 4.
No, maybe they looked at a clean sheet percentage.
The number of saves. But that's not how we watch the game of football.
If you look at United has 4 clean sheets.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he's number 4, number 3.
No, Tahir is actually number 1, so that's why I'm surprised. What did they look at?
No, I'm saying in terms of goalkeepers, you're right.
Yes, so
I think we have the most clean sheets.
So the
probably
goalkeeper the most
this
clean sheets in
season.
terms of stats.
So
and Tahir has made
I
the
don't
most
think they're
saves. I
looking
know.
at clean sheets per se. Maybe
What are they
they're
looking at?
A clean sheet percentage, because you know how these things are, man. If you played one game and you have 1 clean sheet, you're 100%.
Okay, but that does not exclude that the keeper with the most clean sheets.
They didn't watch games and make that list.
Okay,
They
I'm
didn't
not
watch football.
I'm not attacking Kepa.
I mean, I'm attacking
Ben
Kepa. Why is Kepa
Leno
there?
himself, what has he done? I mean,
And
what,
Oh, Leno as well.
Leno, what has he done?
Leno, what does he play for?
Fulham, imagine.
It's full of it.
It's Fulham.
Okay.
It's full of it. But I don't get
I think that one is a clear Ramsdale. I'll take Ramsdale.
it. That's what I'm saying. Ramsdale.
But I know they'll probably okay. But I was going to say they'll go with Pope, but they're both English boys, so
Yeah. So Pope, Ramsdale for me, Alisson as well. I'd still keep him there.
I don't rate Alisson in that.
But-
Goalkeeper of the season. This season, I mean, we know he's good, but this season, what has he done?
No, but like, I mean, I've watched a lot of Liverpool games. He was like De Gea when we were terrible.
So that's the thing.
That's the thing.
Tahir has been there to a United team, and United is higher than Liverpool. So I don't understand.
No. When we were terrible, not now. When he was player of the season. You know,
I mean, it's been player of the
those
season
dark
the whole
days.
time.
You know those dark
For
days.
4 seasons running now.
So you know those dark days. So don't.
Yeah, but I also don't understand the Alisson one.
So who would you rather have instead of Kepa and then De Gea?
No one.
Definitely.
No one is the, okay. Tahir.
I think you stretch
But
it
if
to
there's no
4 or
one
5.
left, don't put Kepa. They just put no one. Why
Yeah.
you putting Kepa?
I'll go for Ramsdale. Personally, I'll go for Ramsdale.
He's 11.
Okay. So you're choosing one.
I'll choose Ramsdale in other
let's
goalkeeper
keep it
based
to
on the clean
5,
sheets.
and
Yeah.
then we'll see when they release the actual.
Okay, it's fine.
But these are the nominees in any case.
Okay.
So I'd say Kepa and Leno.
Okay, I think let's do this other way. On the nominees, let's choose.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramsdale.
Newcastle are not going to finish the top 4.
I think they are now.
Yeah, Ramsdale. I think also Ramsdale. I rate Ramsdale more.
Yeah, and then on the...
Okay, let's go for defenders. Number 1. Okay, let me start with the English, actually, because we always have this issue, right? The English. Kieran Trippier.
Good enough for me. Good enough.
Roberto Carlos. Don't know, man. Have you seen that Roberto pivot? Roberto has been a legend.
I'll give him this one because I haven't heard the whole of the list. Let's see.
Yeah, and then me.
Is it Roberto Carlos at centre back or it's left back?
No, he's at left back. So we don't know.
Okay.
They can't put him in the midfielders, because he pivots, but So, and then, is it Tyron Me or Brandon Me or
that Aston Villa man?
No, Brentford. He does good on fantasy, I must say.
Former Penny, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he's good enough to be on this list.
I haven't watched him before. But Brentford are doing well.
Hey, speaking of centre backs, what did you think of Prem Maguire in that game?
No, man, continue with that list. Continue with that list, man. Don't bring Maguire into this.
Brandon Me, I don't think he deserves to be here. He's good. Ben Me, he's good, but I don't think he deserves to be on this list as a centre back. No,
I haven't heard the whole list.
Okay.
But no, out of all those players, we only need 4.
No, we have three English guys.
No, I'm just saying, out of all those there, the whole list.
Okay. Now let me go through the entire list now, right? So the English boys are Ben Me, Kieran Trippier, Luke Shaw.
Okay.
Do you have Bodman there?
Now I'm going. Portman is here.
Okay, good enough.
Gabriel Maganesh.
Machalis is there. Saliba.
Martinez.
Number 1 is there.
Romero.
The one captain. That man is always picking up yellow cards every time I watch him.
Ruben Dias. He hasn't even played a lot this season, this man. Why is he here?
Diaz? I'm not even sure who plays for Manchester City at the back now. We just see if it's Diaz, if it's Akanji or Laporte.
Even Stones, I saw he was playing in the...
Stones invented now.
Okay, Saliba is here.
Okay.
Saliba. Thiago Silva is here. And then my boy, Zinchenko. That's it. That's the list.
That's the list. So let's make it quick. There's no much debate here. Left back. Zinchenko.
Zinchenko. No, not much debate. Right back, Trippier. Not much debate.
Yeah.
He's actually the only right back here. Isn't that weird?
Who?
Trippier.
Not really. Which other right back is performing in the league?
Yeah, not at Trippier's level, man.
Like
Trippier's
anyone who's performing
are insane. No, Trippier's numbers this season are insane now. So Trippier definitely right back. Left back Zinchenko, right?
Martinez. Or left back?
Left back Martinez Zinchenko.
Who's the other Martinez you're talking about now?
No. Left back Zinchenko.
Zinchenko, yes.
Yes, then centre backs. Portman. Yeah, I'd go for Portman.
I'll go for Portman and Martinez. No.
I'd go for Saliba,
I'll go for Saliba and. But the
Martinez.
thing with you need a good balance, but they'll never play together. So I really can't say. But Martinez has to be there. He's transformed the United defense, and I like him.
Based on team impact, I'd say Martinez.
I'll put Saliba in there. Actually, Stones is not there.
Yeah.
I was going to put Stones.
Yeah. No, Martinez, I think, and Saliba.
Saliba, but Gabriel.
Gabriel has been.
In fact, let me change. I'll put the Arsenal centre backs. I think.
There's the solid centre.
Yeah. Martinez has been good, but I think I'll pick the
fact that they're here as a pair.
Yeah.
More than anything, says they've had good partnership.
Yeah, I think I'll pick. They've surprised me actually. Saliba first season in the Premier League. Gabriel left out of the World Cup. I thought he was shaky then, but
midfielders. I'm gonna deal with this now. For me, I think the 2 English boys on this list must go. Right?
Gallagher is
Madison.
there. Madison is gone, out.
It's
really
Marsh. Solly Marsh.
Solly Marsh, I think he's not the strongest player in that team. Brighton.
But
I think McAllister, yes.
But he's good. He's been there at the right places. But he's not the best player.
Yeah, he's not
in any other
system. To make it into a Premier League 11, I don't think he's.
Actually, I think there's better midfielders in the Premier League. Zaha is not here. I think he's better than Solly March.
Yeah, but even him this season.
But Eze, guys, Olise, like you can put Olise in this list
for Madison.
As a midfielder.
Yeah, for Madison. Yeah.
Yeah, you can put Olise in this. Even Eze for March.
What's the list? Let's see the list.
So these 2 English boys for me must go.
I actually targeting the English boys.
But we've always said they're biased.
Yeah, but who's there is.
But it's their league, so Danko.
There's no space player that deserves to be in that, especially besides Kane.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, he's in there for me.
Casemiro
is in there for me.
De Bruyne.
Number 1. Anyone else is done.
Hey, another shock. Højbjerg.
So wait.
But Højbjerg is my player.
So wait.
The beginning of the season.
Let me get this straight. Now we have mentioned 3 Spurs players. We've mentioned Romero. We've mentioned Bentancur. We've mentioned Højbjerg. I don't think they're bad. But
I think in all honesty, even Lloris would have probably been in the goalkeeper because he's a semi-finalist. He's a finalist at the World Cup.
In place of Kepa, yes. I would have taken him.
Okay.
So the backup man, Fraser Forster.
But guys, I think Højbjerg as a defensive midfielder for me is good.
But I have nothing against those Spurs players. But I'm just saying this season,
in that team.
This season they are actually better players. I can name Højbjerg. Name the position that you want him to play. I can name 4 better players than him.
But isn't it funny that Tottenham is always lurking around top 4. They never quite there. They're never threatening. They never move. But they're always somewhere featuring in the top 4 conversation.
Do you want the answer?
But isn't it weird for you that
it's the nature? It's the nature of the Tottenham.
But so the next player, World Cup winner, McAllister.
He has to be there. McAllister is the clue in that Brighton team.
Okay, and then Mitoma.
I came late to the party. Only after Trossard left.
You want to see him properly in a full season?
I think there's players that have played in the full season that they deserve that spot. Ever since he started playing for Brighton when Deserbi came.
But he came when Trossard left.
Yes, no, he was already there, but I think they were not playing him regularly. Only when the Italian Deserbi came, that's when he played him. But ever since he started playing, you can't keep an eye on him.
Yeah, but Deserbi works out deserve. If you deserve it, So and then Martin Bloodclot Odegaard.
Yes, but
Saka is not here.
That's what I'm.
He's in the forward. He's a forward. Yeah, he's a forward. Hey, I'm like, hey.
Kolo Solimaj, medicine.
Odegaard is here.
So no party there.
No party.
The best DM.
No Thomas. No party.
But you see, what I'm against, I don't know what they use in terms of this in this 11, because what I would think is to have at least 3 players playing the same position, so that at least you can select 1 out of them, and then 2 players in the number 8, 3 players in the number 8, so that you can select the best out of them. And then because there is no way that you don't have Rodri there. There is no way that you don't have.
He's coming. Paulina is next. That's another shock.
Paulina.
Fulham.
Is it Paulina Palpino? I'm not sure who's.
Paulina.
Yeah, he's not there.
And then Rodri is here.
Okay.
But in any case, this Paulina character is a CDM. He's not getting anywhere near Casemiro.
Yeah, so for example.
So he's not even competition.
Yes, so what I'm saying is that if you have Rodri, you have Casemiro, then you have I would say Partey, for example, then you know you select one out of those players.
Yeah.
And then if you have De Bruyne, you have Odegaard, then you have, let's say, I'll bring Bruno Gomes. I know it's not the same player, but some sort of criteria like that.
Yeah.
You see now you have wasted space. You don't need Mitoma there. You don't need so much there. And they are not good enough. You see, those players are actually the better ones. You don't need Højbjerg there. You don't need Bentancur there. That's two spaces wasted. Could have selected
but
Partey.
isn't it a shock for you that Bruno Fernandes is not here?
I mean, Bruno it's not a shock for me.
But he's not the
For me,
best.
it's a shock. There's more
Højbjerg,
medicine.
but
There's
he's
more
not there,
Højbjerg,
so-
Bentancur, and Bruno is not. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah, so that
If
And
these
Thomas
people are on
Partey,
the
Thomas
list,
Partey is
he has to be there. Imagine if Arsenal,
deserves to be.
Imagine if
there.
Arsenal-
Those are nominations. They're supposed to be there.
at least on the nomination, imagine if Arsenal goes on and win the league.
and you don't have the two of their midfield, you only have one.
You don't have a midfield there. You don't have Thomas Partey. You don't have Xhaka. That's disgrace.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
So what's your three midfielders? I'd go for. I'm undecided between Casemiro and Rodri.
Is it 4-4-2 or is it 4-3-3? Let's do 4-3-3.
It's a 4. We said 4-3-3.
Yeah.
So, but I'll still play a 4-4-2 with this, so that I can play Rodri and Casemiro together.
Yeah, the midfield is dead.
Okay, no. Okay, let's play a 4-3-3.
So
So I'm undecided between Rodri and Casemiro.
Just say it. Just say it. Your
So
midfield
it
three.
depends on what team I'm playing in.
In the team of the season.
No,
It's
no. In my
Team of the season.
in my team of the season,
Yeah.
I'd put Rodri.
Yeah. And then the two other
Yeah.
players.
And then the two other players, you see, I'd play Odegaard and I'd play De Bruyne.
I'll put Casemiro. I'll put De Bruyne. Put Bruno Gomes.
Okay. Hey, yo, that's a sick
Was
one.
tempted to put McAllister, but
Yeah, I knew you would go for your Argentine boys.
Brazilian. If he had to,
South
I was going to go with.
You
with
put
Romeo.
South America,
I was going to
South
go
America
with Romeo.
in the center.
Yeah, but
You
that's my
boy,
midfield three.
From that list,
I think Rodri,
yeah.
De Bruyne, Odegaard.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yo,
Solid.
yeah, solid. So mine and yours are the same.
No, they're not.
It is.
Oh, it is.
I'd said Rodri, De Bruyne, Odegaard.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same.
Yeah, I didn't put Casemiro because.
Because
I've
he missed
seen-
7 games.
But I've seen him operate in a Real Madrid team that was well oiled. So my issue with him is I don't want mentality. I want someone who gets the job done.
For me, I don't really. I want between him and Rodri. I think you can pick and choose. It's fine.
But I think Rodri is playing in a well-oiled team.
Rodri in a well-oiled team. Have you seen how he drives that
Rodri
midfield,
is-
man? Like I think Casemiro is good mentality. The way he challenges but also because of those red cards, I'm starting to question whether sometimes when he attacks the ball, he's being
but you see
too
now-
aggressive.
now
and
you-
I've seen Rodri pick the ball from people without showing the same aggression.
You see now you're using. It's like
I mean,
it's
I like
exactly
it.
how they pick. It's like exactly how they pick these things. You see, if you come to see that Rodri has 2 yellow cards or 2 red cards for Casemiro, no red
No,
card
no,
for-
I'm
but we
saying-
saw those
I'm
red
saying-
cards. They're not even the red
No,
cards.
I'm
We
saying-
saw them.
I'm saying I've seen how Casemiro attacks. Like when he comes and for the ball, he's a bit too aggressive.
I like
for
that
me.
one. I like that's
Yeah,
what
and-
that's
and
what
yes,
I want.
if you want
That's what I want.
And thing is, I've seen Rodri alternate between the two. He knows when to do it and he
Yeah,
knows when not
it's
to
hybrid.
do it.
I can also
He's-
I also
he's
saw
very-
Rodri being run by Scott McTominay during the intentional game. Then he complained, he had excuses. So
they're not playing football.
yeah, they're not playing football. And I've also seen Rodri at Atletico Madrid. So I know the Rodri, Pep Guardiola Rodri, and the Rodri from other teams. Even Spain Rodri is not the same Rodri.
Also, so are you saying
Casemiro,
are you saying-
standard.
Are you saying
What
are
you see is what you
Are you
get.
saying even uncoached Casemiro is probably the same as coached Rodri? The fact that they're in the same conversation,
That's
because
the
you can
thing.
claim that
Yeah,
Casemiro
yeah.
is not even being coached.
Yeah, so
He doesn't need coaching, that man.
yeah, so I've seen both of them coached and uncoached. I'm not saying anything better about them. I just prefer
Are
Casemiro.
you saying Ten Hag is not coaching Casemiro?
That's
But I will
what
get
you
to it.
said. That's what you said. Didn't talk about no
So,
coaching.
okay, let's go attackers, right? I think this one will be a quick one. the English boys are a lot here. So Grealish, Jack Grealish
And
is here.
I knew Grealish was going to be there. When what was that Grealish only started playing after the World
And
Cup?
2 games. I think, yeah, after that.
I only started seeing him in the Liverpool
Harry
game.
Kane is here. Rashford, obviously. Rashi. Saka the GOAT is here. I think this is the one department where I can say
nailed
the
on.
English boys are really bringing.
Me is nailed on this one.
Yeah, right? So, oh, and Oli Watkins is here. Oli.
Chelsea fans are not going to like Oli Watkins.
Good evening.
Oh yeah.
So I think
Pick and choose.
So those are the 5. I'd still go with an English attack, but I know the English boys.
I'll go with Rashford on the left,
No,
Haaland on striker, right wing Saka.
Okay. So left wing Rashford, right wing Saka, down the
Striker.
middle
Haaland.
Clean.
That's why I
It's
go
not, but just on the list, Almiron is here, Gabriel Martinelli is here,
Yeah, good mention.
Haaland is there, Kai Havertz. Who makes this thing?
They wasted a lot of spots
And
there.
then right wing Mahrez is here.
Yeah, he has to be
Left
there.
wing Nunez is here. And then Rashford, Saka, Salah, Oli.
You see that Nunes spot was going to give it to Mitoma. Still better.
Oh yeah,
mention.
actually, why do they classify them as a left midfielder?
Oh,
Because do they play a 4-4-2?
I don't know. I think they were just making up space.
He's an attacker. He's a wing.
He's a winger, so I would have given that Nunez. But
Or
yeah,
even Solimarch, even if you want to give it to him.
yeah.
Not Nunes.
Yeah.
Not Havertz.
And Salah this season?
Okay, even if they mention him in the nominees, I wouldn't put him in the final one. But you see, in the nominees, it deserves to be there
Yeah,
instead of Havertz.
it's not there in the nominees.
He's there.
Is there? Oh, okay, at
Salah
least.
is
At least. No,
Diogo Jota.
I'm sure
He's only starting to play now.
the last time he scored a goal before yesterday was in October. Not even October, no, I'm lying. It was last year, April.
Okay,
that's
okay.
good, yeah.
But
But
yeah,
also-
that's our team of the season, eh? So we agreed. We're capturing it now.
Capture it.
We said defenders, right? We said keeper obviously would all have Aaron Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
And then we said left back, right back. We said our right back would rather have Trippier.
Yes.
Left back would rather have Zinchenko.
Zinchenko.
Our centre backs will take the Arsenal pairing.
Partnership.
Sharp.
Gabriel.
And then
Saliba.
in midfield, me and yours truly agreed.
think we'll go with
Rodri,
that one.
De Bruyne, and Odegaard. You said Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, but I'll go with that
instead.
one.
Okay.
I'm buying it.
And then attackers will say Haaland, or down the middle, right wing Saka, left wing Rashford.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah, but
Done.
the nominees, we don't agree.
Yeah, the nominees. Wait.
Because now we're forced to select Kai Havertz.
but I think let's go to the champions of the world 2 years ago, and the Champions League as well 2 years ago in the UCL. What happened at Stamford Bridge, man?
What happened? I'm going to say they involve politics.
Or at the Bernabeu? Was it at the Bernabeu? What happened, man? Like.
What the Bernabeu? I thought you meant when it all started.
No.
No, we've talked about that.
What happened
You know what
at
I
the
didn't like
Bernabeu,
about that
man?
game? Because when you watch some Chelsea fans from abroad analyzing games or not, about that game, Reece James had a poor
Yeah,
game. He had a poor game. What I don't like, it's not like Fofana had a great game, but all the blame is on Fofana. I would say Vinicius was turning him into a
How
How I saw it, would say Fofana for me,
he tried his best.
he wasn't playing bad. He was trying. Vinicius was not just.
How does it
He was in
happen?
a cruise.
How does it happen
Reece James
that
was shit in that game. He was shit. That's why Fofana was exposed.
in a winger,
For
you,
me,
if you're a winger, you attack the full back. In case of Vinicius, you attack the right back. But because he was not there, Reece James, the right back, now
Fofana is getting exposed.
and no one is mentioning.
But what was he doing, Reece James? Because at some point I saw him playing as a midfielder. Was he pivoting?
No, but you see, Chelsea, I think their issues are not many, man. They are not a lot.
No, I think
Their
there's a
issues
lot,
start
man.
from beyond the CDM, beyond Enzo Fernandez, that's when the issues start. When you go to the front three, that's worse. I watched the game.
It's a team of individuals.
When they have the ball, Sterling just stops.
No, I don't think so, gents. I beg to disagree. I think the foundation of every team, right, is on its back four.
Yes,
right,
but when
right.
you're defending, there's not much you can do in terms of
No. I'm saying. Remember last time when we spoke, we said have a fixed back four. Know who's gonna play. Now, one day you're playing Fofana, one day you're playing Cucurella. So I'm like, or Richie. I'm like, or Ben Chilwell or whatever. Like,
no,
whatever
for that one,
playing.
I think I can forget
Right.
because a lot of players have been getting injured.
No, but I'm saying that's where your issues are. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you need to come into a game and know, okay, we have a solid back four.
Yeah.
You start building on that solid back four, right? And then in midfield, yes, Enzo is reliable. We've seen.
But pair him with someone
You need to
consistent.
then work on that pairing.
Yeah, but you see, that's where it went wrong for Chelsea. When they appointed Lampard, you know, when you appoint another manager, they can approach the job in different situations, especially if your job is to save a team. You can approach it to say, this is the starting 11. The ones that was used, I'm not going to change it that much. These are the nailed-on players. I can look for deficiencies there and there and pick and choose. The other one is to say, okay, new manager, I'm going to give you boys a fair chance. So even if you're not playing, I'm going to start afresh. And that's what it seems like Lampard is doing that now, to say. But the season is over, the season is done. You cannot be experimenting now to say, today is Enzo Fernandez and Kante and Kovacic. Tomorrow is Galaka and someone else. Just because you want to give the players a fair chance or a chance to prove themselves.
You know, also
it's not going to work.
You know what Lampard?
I think I can't blame Lampard for that game. When I watched, I think, okay, looking at their starting 11, I was a bit skeptical. But I think since our front line is so shit, adding Kante to that midfield, because it was like it was a
Kante was good.
Kante immediately showed what is world class.
Yes.
I saw what why he started.
Kante was good.
And the next game they rested him to say,
no, but
you see, imagine you playing Kante and then gets injured.
just play your best players, man. Play your best players.
So
But like,
that's
it's
what I
like
was gonna
that
say.
thing. After we lose to Madrid, I think Ross James must just go and do that surgery because Manje is very so much. I must just go and do that surgery.
But boy, I was saying, my biggest issue with Chelsea now is that Lampard, he must stop behaving Ugari is a long-term permanent coach. He's a caretaker coach. It's simple, that thing. I remember when Carrick came and he coached us for a day.
You always saw win.
Him forever.
Win.
Because
It's simple.
you
Win.
Get a caretaker.
You have
Whatever
limited
you
time.
bring.
You have limited time.
Like win.
What are you building for? What are you building for?
Set us up for next season when
They don't have a capacity.
Win. So that's why I'm saying, you say you are resting. Because Kante came on in the game before, I think it was 2 games before the Champions League, the first leg.
Yeah, it was.
But he came on as a substitute, and that was still under Potter's assistant, whoever that was, because it was not Pot. Then he played there. We could see he made a change. Then when Lampard came, or the other manager came, put him on the bench. He said he was resting for Wednesday for the Champions League, which doesn't make sense. Just win the games in the league. Win every game that you. Because it's not like you have a lot of wins that you can rest players.
For me, good situation in Kante, I could understand it because.
It's from the injury.
Yeah, I don't want Kante injured me. Or for whatever. About when we get knocked out, because
It's a Champions League. It's a cup competition.
anything can happen. So every precaution you can take it, especially with Kante, because anything if he gets injured again and then is not available for my trade, then definitely I lose.
So-
but if Kante is on the field, there's a chance.
So you're
Chances
saying-
rise by maybe.
So I'm saying there's a change today.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
So there's a chance.
Yeah, we've done it before.
Okay.
Many times.
I know
Yeah, not many
against
times.
Real Madrid. I don't think.
No,
so.
we did it. It's just
Okay.
that we went on to extra time and then.
We didn't do it then.
Did you?
I remember
Did
Kevin
he?
was so quiet in that game. In some instances this season I even miss Werner.
Because he was doing something.
Because Werner would have done something there up front. Maybe run penalty and something.
You remember that goal that he scored? He almost missed it.
Against Patrick, Everyone was on the floor, and they almost missed. Yeah.
But so Chelsea's going out. It's fine.
Say it, don't want me to.
No, and Chelsea's going out.
I'd say what Polo.
But let's talk about how. So, Bayern City. Did City destroy Bayern for you?
Upamecano destroyed Bayern.
No, don't be that guy.
Let's plan for the ops. Let's plan for the ops.
I think
You cannot be that
honest.
bad.
Bayern played really, really well.
In the first half, yes.
Like, honestly, I looked at Bayern and I was like, yo, this team. But I don't believe in Tuchel football, honestly.
It's
but I
they
don't
call it Tuchel.
I don't believe in Tuchel, guys. Like the way I actually know compared to Nagelsmann. I think Nagelsmann would have done better in that.
Yeah, he had a chance because it was his team. That's the first thing.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And I don't think Bayern are going to come back. Actually, they won't come back.
Because it's not his team. I mean, you already see the locker room deteriorating.
They've already chose
Sadio Mane,
someone in the mouth.
on the lips.
Mane, Sane, same thing.
Mane, Sane, Sadio.
But we're running out of time, Shays.
But, hey man, hey, all the best to the Germans are not really patient, eh?
But I think this. Let's say they pull out a repeat. They come against it. They won't survive against Madrid.
I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying the Bayern Munich's standards are very high.
Yes.
I
think they'll fire him because when they hired him, they said the treble was at risk. The first thing that he did was to take him to knock them out of the cup. 2 games later. 2 games later, he knocked them out half in the Champions League.
How do you do that? I think these teams. I think Chelsea sold them the dream. Because you remember he came to Chelsea after Lampard. He won the Champions League. He won the problem is, I think they should have kept Nagelsmann. He wasn't terrible.
It means they didn't trust him. That's what I mean.
I don't think they trust him.
Plus,
when they fired him, I think it was just when Dortmund surpassed them in the league. They were in first
and they said,
like, I fire.
And they said Tuchel was in the market, and that's when Spurs had fired the manager. So they thought Tuchel was going out. Yeah.
And Dortmund had just beat them in a very long time.
Yeah. So Dortmund was top for the first time in a lot of games.
Yeah.
And then the next game they fired him, and they rushed because Tuchel was available, and they were feeling that
they were
other
playing
teams
Dortmund the next game, and then Tuchel beat Dortmund. Gizman, I think he picked them like
4-2. It was 4-2.
But so are you saying City for the win?
Champions League. I'll see the Champions League out. Until Barcelona are in the Champions League, I'm not saying who wins it.
But yeah, let's then go to
the final is today.
Let's go to the next team that's gonna win the Champions League next season.
Who's going to the Champions League?
Man United.
Oh yeah.
No, don't jump the gun. This season. You have to be in the Champions League first, man.
No, we're in the season. We're in the Champions League.
Don't say it.
We're in the Champions League, man.
Hasn't even crawled.
Now
we are flying.
What? Quadruple, boys. 3 semi-finals.
One thing I will say is that the winner of the Champions League will see them in the Super Cup, wherever it is. Book the hotel.
But I asked, and you said I was killed. Maguire against
Seville.
No, not against Sevilla. When they Primary Maguire this weekend, man. Past weekend against who are playing? Brentford.
Yes, Brentford. No, Nottingham Forest.
No, Nottingham.
I think he performed better than Upamecano. Yes. I'll give him that.
So.
I did.
I think you're right. Right? He
Penalties based
That's why he's our captain. You know what he's gonna say. That's why he's our captain. He had a shit first 15 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yeah, but
and then he picked himself up.
But I don't have any Maguire slander now.
No, but like here's what I always said. Did you see the aerial battles he won? That man. That man is a legend. He's an aerial space.
I don't really.
Be honest, man.
No.
The way they were crossing the ball.
Maguire heads with this thing. That's the thing.
Now you're worried about his health.
No.
He's a boxer. He's a rolling class.
The thing I have with this thing is that the ball goes up there. It doesn't. Then you don't give it power. So it just falls in no man's land. But what I can give is better than leaving off in there.
No, but he wins the aerial battle.
Yes, and
he wins it.
Yes, at least he wins it. The challenges.
And we noticed how he always plays table tennis in the air. Like the way you're saying he hates it so that it's like he hangs it in the air.
Yeah, to say it doesn't
bring it back, and then they bring it back.
It doesn't clear it. But for me, Maguire, man, I think we're playing him so that
we all know why.
We don't have defenders, and also so that you can have some.
Don't say it, boy. You know, we all know why we are playing him.
He's our captain.
He's our captain. That's why we're playing. The partnership is back.
The next thing now is McFred. Then it's complete.
Boys are back.
Hey, and I told you about that Eriksen that always breaks, but now he's back.
Yeah, now he's back.
I played prime, man.
Him and Bruno in front of Casemiro, that was good. It was good to watch. Yeah.
I think Eriksen is reliable.
Yeah, he is.
I think he is.
Sabita,
hey.
Don't trust people who are unknown. Ask Vekos.
But in closing, what are you worried about? United 9 injuries or 10?
I'm not worried, man.
No. You have nothing to worry about.
Even
Anthony Martial, not worried. He's still our main strike.
Okay, this season I think is fine. However games is going to play, if he plays 3-4, it's fine. But
next season is gonna matter. No, I don't care about this season. Personally, I don't care how he plays. Because we all know why he's playing.
Next season,
because there's no one better.
Next season, I think we can tackle it during the transfer window. I mean, United, I wasn't saying, even they were not on sale, they never buy players up until the 28th of August. So
we're playing against Sevilla. What do you think?
See you in the semi-final of the Europa.
So we're going to the final. Buy the ticket, book the hotel.
Mr. Westry, today, it's a Tuesday, it's Real Madrid versus...
It's as the final of the Champions League.
At the Stamford Bridge.
We're going to tweet you, we're going to add you when this episode drops. So be careful what you say or what you wish for.
Or whatever the fees.
I want to... Fine, I make a lot of jokes, but I've watched Chelsea this season. I just can't see.
There's no miracle.
Who's scoring? If it was Tucker or something, I was going to hope we would see something.
Maybe a header.
Yeah, a header. They can't do shit.
And you are not United. Your left back is not going to score.
It's going to be a 0-0 or 1-0.
And you're not United. Your left back is not going to score such a perfect goal. Did you see Diego Dallo's goal? I'm telling you.
My left back is a red card. So, So,
Chilwell is your right back.
And the fact that you're not coming back to the UCL, man.
We're winning it.
Thursday night football. Thursday night football. You won't even make it. You won't even make it. You are not being aired. You are in the conference.
That's not even conference. I think conference is until 9th or something. We're not going. We have a free season to deal with the league. That's what I'm saying. If Arsenal doesn't win the league this season, a lot of teams are coming back.
Yeah.
And even Liverpool, they will try to come back.
Yeah, even Liverpool, even Spurs.
Spurs is gonna be lurking around that top 4 position, boy. They're gonna go to the Champions League and get clapped. So
I won't.
They're not going to the Champions League.
But the KO partnership is back.
With the KO partnership.
Osimhen and his friend.
You see, I think the Italian league let's see who makes it in the final. But I think they will all lose the final either way. But I like the Italian league. I like Osimhen. I like Rafael Leao. I like Cavacielli.
I think if they lose it, at
Not
least
Lukaku.
Osimhen's price tag won't be high.
Napoli are
If they
always
win it,
difficult.
it's an issue.
Napoli are always difficult. But it also depends who they are
transfer window.
negotiating with. Todd Boehly pays the release clause. Now,
Yeah, ask questions later.
Release the prisoners.
and I think Chelsea should be looking at players like those ones. I know United-
They are definitely looking.
Yeah, I
to
know
also-
United are going to go for.
But you still have Lukaku, we have a striker
Kane, things like that. So I'm not really for Harry Kane at United, but it's a story for another day.
But you know, also with the Glazers lacking and wanting to sell, I'm worried the new owners are gonna pull a Todd Boehly.
As long as not the Glazers, man. Go in the transfer
but
market
at
and
least
out.
if
The
they
Glazers
pull-
now are okay with Ten Hag and they'll leave him to do what he wants.
Now they want
But-
to stay because the
but,
team seems like it's improving.
we're not making noise, Anish. but the new
Yeah,
owners
they
are
might
gonna want
worry.
to stamp authority.
They have to.
No, but you have to say no, Ten Hag. We found you here. You are doing a good job. Good job. Continue.
Yeah,
we'll
so-
give you money in the transfer window.
So I think they'll do the same thing, but
I
they'll
don't
just
think
buy
so.
players in the transfer.
I don't
window.
think so.
Okay, let's say they fire Ten Hag. Who's then?
They're gonna say bring back Ronaldo. Hey Ronaldo, we apologize. Erect the statue again.
Another fun fact: Ronaldo this season has changed managers, or has been under management of how many managers? Can you guess?
0.
3.
See,
7.
because that coach, they fired him in that
In that other league.
in that league that he plays, non-European league. They fired him. And it's the one that wanted to play Abu Bakar first.
But it's been a good show, James. Before we people start calling Kana, who did Ronaldo run to?
Where?
That report.
Oh, Mr. Piers Morgan.
You even forgot his name, so I guess even
That means
CR7
Piers Morgan is not
even
relevant.
CR7 couldn't save him. Couldn't make him famous. But yeah, before
I was waiting for Mason Mount.
I don't.
Maybe he's gonna get an interview.
Exit interview.
Maybe a local one.
Whenever we told you Mason Mount is mounted to Chelsea's history for the rest of his career.
He wants an improved contract, but it's cool.
Maybe it's gonna get it at Everton.
Otherwise, it's been a good episode.
So when we meet after 2 weeks,
Ish,
now
gonna
it's
be-
crunch time.
time.
Now it's crunch time.
And again,
You see, I've started solving my way to reach.
yeah. What do they say? A bed that stays on top of a tree for so long is only inviting a stone or stones.
That is fine. So, yeah.